Good evening, friends. Old Pete here, welcoming you once again to Radiowave Nostalgia. Tonight we step into a stormy night in Chicago sometime in the 1940s, inside the elegant high-rise apartment of Orson Welles. Outside, thunder rolls across the city while rain lashes against enormous windows that look out over a glowing, fog-covered skyline. It's a night made for shadows, stories, and sound drifting through the dark. This evening we will move through 3 distinct spaces inside Orson's apartment, each one shaped by the storm outside and the stories we hear within. We begin in the game room. From there we move into the projection room, where film reels and flickering light take over the atmosphere. Finally, we end in the living room, where a fireplace burns against the darkness of the Chicago night. We begin in the game room, where cards, silence, and imagination set the stage as we open with Suspense and the 1944 episode, The Marvelous Barestro.
The story begins 20 years ago. I was a young man. I traveled as a magician with a small carnival through southeastern Europe. One night we came to a village in Malo, Russia. Our cymbals sounded, our torches flickered in the spring wind, and the villagers gathered around our tents and wagons. I had taken my place in the black box outside my tent. There were holes in the box through which I could watch the crowd while the barker made his announcement.
Barestro, the marvel of marvels. Barestro, the magician, who speaks with the dead and reads the secrets of life.
At this moment, I saw her for the first time. Her young and gentle face surprised me among so many peasants. I said to myself, what a strange girl, what a beautiful child. I kept watching her. I couldn't keep my eyes away from her. At length, an old peasant led her in, holding her by the hand. I saw at once that she was blind.
My granddaughter would like you to tell her future.
Can you tell my future?
Yes.
Will it be a happy one, my future?
Hold out your hand, and I will tell you.
Here.
A dark mist passed over me. I felt a sudden chill as I touched her hand. I listened to the voices which foretell the future. Sorrow, sorrow, they breathe. Pain and sorrow. Fly, run. I studied the girl's face, a fear gripping at my heart. Her large, sightless eyes were calm, resigned. I could not bring myself to tell her what I saw. The spirits promise you happiness. I lied. Your hands will touch beautiful things. Love and delight will await you.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
That was the beginning. Her face haunted me that night. I could not sleep. I made inquiries the next morning and I found her. We walked through the hills. She did not need my hand to guide her. She knew every stone, every turn of the path. She spoke of the trees around us. She had strange names for them.
I call that tree Lullaby, because it sings when it sways in the wind.
Lullaby?
And that one, see? With its branches open towards heaven. I call that one Prayer.
How do you know its branches open toward the sky?
When I was younger, I climbed it.
Anna.
Come, I'll race you to the bed of flowers at the turn.
Anna!
Hurry, I run fast.
We walked often through the hills. I knew that she was aware of her destiny. The stars had told me she would not live long, and that agony and terror waited for her on the short journey. Our caravan remained for 2 weeks in the village. At the end of that time, I asked Anna to come with me as my wife.
You make me very happy, Shari. I could live only with you.
I will love you with all my heart.
And you will teach me, Shari. You will teach me to see.
To see?
Does one need eyes to see as you do? Shari, you will teach me to see beyond the horizon. You will teach me to see as you see.
We were married. We rode together in the gilded wagon, and the vows were taken under a clear sky. Suddenly, the sky changed. It was only then that I realized what I had done in seeking to save her. I was fulfilling the terrible message of the stars. For it was I, Barestro, who was the instrument fate had selected for her ruin. Then it came. One night, as I stood in the black box outside my tent, I knew that I needed no further word from the mists of prophecy. It was there, it had come. He stood among the peasants before our tent, a graceful figure, smiling, leaning on his cane, a man of the world, amusingly out of place in this faraway little village. I looked at him through the holes in my box. As I looked, I turned cold. I watched him, and I felt afraid. He was studying Anna. Never once did he stop looking at her. My temper is quick and fiery. I went up to him as he was watching Anna. How subtle he was, how graceful. I seized his arm and demanded to know what he meant by staring at my wife. He removed my hand as if I were a child. I can tell you there was something terrifying in his strength. I most humbly beg your pardon for this misunderstanding. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rico Sansoni. I'm a student of the occult, traveling about the world in search of knowledge. Inside of me, I feel that girl has remarkable psychic powers. I'd hoped to be able to induce her to join me as my assistant. Soon planning to go on the stage, but now that I know she's your wife, I apologize again for my seeming forwardness. Oh, I suppose there's nothing to do but to accept that apology. And you, madame? Anna. I think it is fair, Anna. Anna?
No. I have nothing to say.
It was thus Rico Sansoni entered our lives. Little by little during the days that followed, he attached himself to us. We listened, Anna and I, to his tales. He'd been everywhere, seen everything. He brought the world into our gilded wagon. In his presence, I always felt elated and flattered. Thus does a man move in the grip of his destiny. Thus do we dig with our own hands the appointed grave for our happiness. For one night, Anna came to me and took my hands and told me something that made my heart grow black.
Shari, Rico Sansoni has made love to
Anna.
me. I've done nothing wrong. I'm afraid of Rico. I tell you this so you will understand my fear.
Do you want to tell me about it now?
Yes.
Tell me then.
Rico came to me this afternoon while I was alone. He took my hand and held it gently in his. I suspected nothing until he asked me if I loved you and how deeply I loved you. Then he asked me if I love you more than happiness or life. I took my hand from him and said, I cannot talk of love to you. Even of my love for my husband. Please go.
Yes? Rico.
Oh, she's told you. Sorry, forgive me. For a moment I grew weak. Let me remain your friend. I brought you both some flowers. I picked them myself. Will you accept them? You won't accept them?
Of course we will, my friend. How could I have doubted you? I understand. Come, forget the entire incident.
You are kind. Really, you're kind.
This was the third month of our friendship, and now I began to feel it was my companionship he desired, not Anna's. We spent long hours together. Without Anna, under his care, my mind was expanding, my powers developing. He seemed interested in my every move. And again I was flattered, lured, disarmed.
You have a funny way of saying the word, beautiful, my friend. How is it you say it?
Beautiful.
That's it.
Beautiful.
Is that right?
You're telling me about the Houdini method of respiration.
Oh, yes, so I was.
Beautiful. Huh?
Very good, I think. I like you, Sonny. I like you very much.
Amazing, isn't it? Amazing how one can be drawn in by flattery and charm.
Then one day I was sitting in my tent. When a curious sense came over me, I felt a pressure on my heart as if a hand were closing around it. It was a warning. I left quickly. I heard the apartment. Anna had remained there. She frequently did in the afternoon. I found myself running toward the door. I paused, waited until I'd recovered my breath, and then forcing a smile to my lips, opened the door. Oh! I saw Rico. Rico, standing with his arms around her, her face raised to his lips. Speechless, powerless, I looked at him. I heard her voice murmuring words of love. Her arms moved around his neck and she kissed him. Then I heard his voice. Anna, my darling.
Sorry, my love.
Anna, my darling. My beautiful darling. The sound of his voice, a horror seized me. Now I knew why he had spent so many hours with me, why he was so interested. It was my voice. It was Barestro talking. It was a voice that seemed to come from my own throat, a horrible, familiar voice, and I understood what had happened. I sprang forward, shouting his name, Rico! He turned and faced me, pointed his finger at me as if he were an image in a mirror. Rico! He echoed. Murder was in my heart. I flew at this monster. We struggled across the room. He answered my cries with cries that echoed each note, each inflection of my voice. I saw him through my rage. His face was contorted like my own. His every feature had changed. He was Barestro. There were two Barestros, screaming together, tumbling over each other. He held me in his hands that were like steel. I could not move or cry out. His hand was on my throat. I lay gasping, crazed, and it was Barestro who was holding me. Then this horrible and familiar figure changed. It became Rico. It was Rico Sansoni who spoke. The breath was leaving my body. I was strangling, dying, yet I could hear him. Barestro, God, you're killing me. Sorry, have mercy. I'm dying. His voice was faint. I felt in this moment the agonies of 100 deaths. For as my eyes grew dark, I saw with horror the thing he had in his mind. He was pretending it was I who was killing him. And thus he would kill me and go to her as Barestro. It would be Rico Sansoni who would be buried. It would be Barestro who remained. For a moment I caught a glimpse of his cold, ruthless eyes burning now over my face as he enacted his false death, groaning, pleading for mercy. And the strength drawn from the soul filled my lungs. I cried out with all my might, Anna! Anna! Knowing that by this she would understand it was I who was dying. And darkness seized me. An hour had passed when I opened my eyes. My head was splitting, my throat was stiffened. I raised myself and looked. He was gone. I saw her. She was standing in the corner of the room, crouched against the wall, her hand against her teeth, and staring into the terrible dark around her. Anna! I whispered to her. Anna! It is I, Anna. I, Shari. Anna. Oh, God. Anna, please. Anna, darling, listen to me. Anna, give me your hand. Anna, listen, it is I. It is I, Anna. Anna, Shari, your husband, Anna. Listen, Anna, remember, Anna. Remember when we first kissed? When we first kissed, Anna? That time on the hill, Anna, remember? I called you little princess, remember, Anna? And Anna, about your trees, Anna, huh? About lullaby, the names you had for them, lullaby and prayer. Anna, one with its branches pointing toward heaven, the one we climbed. Anna, please. Anna, please. Please, Anna. It is I, Anna. Come here, listen. Listen carefully, Anna. The spirits promise you happiness. Your hands will touch beautiful things. Love and delight await you.
Oh, Shari.
Oh, my darling. My Anna, my sweet.
Oh, Shari, hold me close.
Yes, my darling. Oh, he's
Shari,
hurt you, what he's done. There, my darling. It's all right now. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Rico had disappeared. We laid our plans, Anna and I. As soon as she was able to walk, we abandoned the carnival. We were inseparable then. She could not bear to have me away even for a moment. I understood everything in her soul. Yes, even the trembling that would seize her sometimes when I took her in my hand. It was I alone he could not deceive, I alone. To anyone else, he could become Barestro. Even to her, whose senses had learned every breath, every inflection of the man she loved. Even to her, he had been Barestro. The months passed. Our life had become again almost like a honeymoon. Almost, I say, for there were nights when I would awake to find her fingers tracing the contours of my face. Then it was I pretended to be ill and remained at her side. We said nothing, but we knew the shadow in each other's mind. Everything went smoothly, though, until one evening. When I entered the cabaret where I was performing, I felt unusually disturbed. It was winter. I was removing my coat when it came again, as I had known it would. The warning, the hand closing over my heart. I ran from the place and raced home. I entered our cottage by the back door quietly like a thief, and I stood listening. From inside, I could hear a voice.
Oh, Shari, please. Darling, you're ill again. I'll take care of you, darling. I'll make you feel better.
Anna, my dear Anna. How I love you. He was back. One doesn't reason. One does not reason in the midst of a nightmare. Yet terror can wake the mind to a clairvoyance, an understanding beyond thought. I stood motionless, silent, listening. The light was turned out. I heard her laugh. Laugh like a child in the dark. And this sound killed me. Yes, one is dead forever when happiness is torn from the heart. I wanted to rush into the room. I wanted to shout, Anna, Anna, don't touch him. He's Rico. But instead, I slipped quickly from the house. I walked in the cold streets. My thoughts returned. I had acted out of one clear impulse. Through the terror and agony of those moments when I heard him take her in his arms, there had remained the certainty above everything else. I must save her. And I knew I had acted wisely. Had I rushed into the room, had I made a noise, she would have died. She would have known in that moment, as I knew listening to him, that he had been there before. That he had been there before. That he had crept through our defenses as our shadow creeps
And we had not known. I thought of them together as I walked. And then I thought again that I had only to rush back to speak her name. Yes, and destroy her. Destroy her. I kept on walking. And as I walked, I began to understand him. Yes, I was dealing with a monster. He would manage to leave her, as he must have done so often before, a few moments before I was due to return from the cabaret. And if I sensed something was wrong, he would rely on my love for her to keep the sense a secret. He knew me well. He understood I would allow my heart to be eaten away with grief. And I would not make a sign lest I destroy her whom I loved more than myself. It was I who must be careful, not he. Yes, he knew me. He gambled on me. I determined to kill him the first moment I saw him. And I began to think of his superhuman strength, that he might kill me, even as he had first intended, and that he would go on living with her as Barestro. She would never know I was dead. She would continue to love me in his arms, to press her kisses upon my murderer. And this was the thought that contained it. The fullest measure of horror. The thought of that moment when she would see him. And not me. You understand the grief? The grief of that night. Yes, it is fortunate I cannot remember it all. I returned home. At the time, Rico wanted me to. I wasn't careful about my coming. I trusted him. Do you understand? I trusted him that out of his evil, he would spare her, as I spared her out of love. I entered the bedroom, opened the door and walked in. She was alone. Anna, dear. Anna! Anna, it's I! It's I! It's not Rico! It's I! It's I! Anna! Anna! This is my memory of Anna. My memory. She seized her face with her hands, as if she were tearing something. Yes, the darkness. As I rushed to her, she fell. She did not speak again. In the morning, she died.
That is the story, as nearly in Barestro's words as I can remember them. When he'd finished, he got up quietly, looked at me a moment, and said, "Thank you for listening to me, Mr. Spear. You understand now my prediction that there will be one less magician alive in the world within a fortnight." Then he turned and left my office. I must admit that the whole thing shook me rather badly. I've spent the whole week wondering if something might happen, something I couldn't predict. This morning, I think perhaps it came, at least. While I was reading through the theatrical weekly Variety, and my eye caught a notice, you probably saw it too, of a magician who had been killed in Mexico City. The account said that 2 magicians had been together in an automobile accident. While driving through the rail yard district, their car stalled on a track and had been demolished by an oncoming train. One of the magicians, unidentifiable, had been cut to pieces. The other, miraculously, escaped with his life, although his features were so horribly disfigured that plastic surgery will have to create a new face for him. The survivor identified himself as the Marvelous Barestro.
And so closes Ben Hecht's story of the Marvelous Barestro, starring Orson Welles. Tonight's tale of Suspense. Before Mr. Welles returns to our microphone, a message from the sponsor of Suspense.
Why is the making of good wine like a proverb? Because both are based on long experience. For you to enjoy the many different taste-delighting aromas.
Now we move into the projection room of Orson Welles' Chicago apartment, where the storm outside continues to pour rain against the enormous winds and distant lightning, briefly reveals the fog-covered skyline. Inside, the warm amber glow of old film equipment fills the space, reflecting off reels and metal surfaces, while the atmosphere carries over the tension from Suspense, as if the night itself is unfolding like a continuous film. Here we turn once again to the shadow and the episode Firebug, as shadows stretch across the room and the city disappears into rain and mist beyond the glass.
Fire reported at 4th and Chestnut Street. Blaze at 4th and Chestnut. Fire reported at 4th and Chestnut Street. Blaze at 4th and Chestnut. Keep back! Keep back of those fire lines!
Let me through! Let me through! My baby's in there! I've got to save her!
I'm sorry, ma'am. We can't let you in there. You'd be burned to death.
I've got to get through there. I've got to, I tell you. My brother and sister are in that
I
building.
don't care. Get back. Hey, you get back. Stop that guy. Don't let him get in there. Stop him.
Hello, Chief. Now, where's the firebug get this time? Oh, hello, Commissioner Weston. I had a notion this would bring you out. Near as we can check, it's 3 dead and 6 badly burned.
Oh, that's bad. Any idea how it started?
It's the same story as the last 6 tenement fires, Commissioner. It started in the hallway with an oil-soaked baby carriage.
Callahan, there's no doubt about it. We're dealing with a pyromaniac. These 6 tenement houses fires all started in hallways and in an oil-soaked baby carriage.
I know. That's what my department's been trying to hammer into your head for the past 10 days. What's the matter with your police force? Can't you pick up this crazy firebug?
Well, we've done our best. Rounded up every possible suspect in the city. Questioned hundreds of them.
Well, Commissioner, I'm here to tell you that if something isn't done and done quickly, the city council will have your job and mine, too.
Yes, I know. Careful what you say, Callahan. Here comes a couple of reporters.
Well, listen, it looks like that crazy firebug put another one over on you.
What's the matter, Commissioner? Can't you find this nut who's running around with a box of matches and a can of kerosene? We're doing everything possible.
Yeah, and meanwhile, a couple of dozen poor devils get burned to death. The whole town's scared stiff, wondering what this maniac's going to burn next.
Maybe it's time you called in that mysterious friend of yours called the Shadow, Weston.
Yeah, why don't you get the Shadow to help you?
We'll capture the maniac without the Shadow's help.
Hey, look out! Look out! Get back there! Get back! Get back there! Back! The walls! The can again!
You know, Lamont, I feel sorry for Commissioner Weston. The newspapers are writing the life out of him.
Yes.
Listen to this editorial. Enter the Shadow. Due to the inability of our police force to curb the wave of incendiarism, dozens of innocent persons in the tenement of our city have died. Weeks have passed, and yet the fiendish criminal responsible for these fires has not been apprehended. It would appear that again the people are in need of help from that mysterious figure known only as the Shadow.
Yes, Margaret, the newspapers are treating Weston and his police force pretty roughly. Pyromaniacs are one of the most difficult type of criminals to deal with in the world.
Therefore, enter the Shadow.
Yes, Margot, but this time, if it's humanly possible, I'm going to see that Weston gets the credit for breaking this case, if it can be broken.
Is that why we're driving through the tenement section now?
Yes, Margot, I've been checking a theory of mine for several days now.
Yes, but only as Lamont Cranston, the amateur criminologist.
Well, here we are.
It's just another tenement house, as far as I can see.
Except that it has a fur dealer's shop on the ground floor. Wait here for me, Margot. I'm going in there. Won't be long.
You see a mink coat lying around somewhere, you might bring it out with you. It might make up for the agony of curiosity you're causing.
Well, I can tell you this much before I go in, Margot. In the last 4 buildings fired by this pyromaniac, there's been a fur dealer's shop on the ground floor. The man who runs the shop here had his establishment in the last place that went up in flames.
Well, he certainly moved into another fire trap.
Exactly, Margot, and I'm curious to know why.
Good luck. Lamont, why put your hat over your eyes and roll up your coat collar like that?
It's just that in case the Shadow has to visit this fur dealer later, there won't be any connection with Lamont Cranston. Wait here, Margot. Don't under any circumstance come in that shop.
All guns! All guns! Bye-bye, all guns! Bye-bye.
Antonio, you come in the house right now. Come
What can I do for you, miss?
I'm trying to match a piece of fur. You seem to have quite a collection here.
I don't sell retail. Who sent you?
Didn't you used to have your shop over at 4th and Chestnut?
I moved.
Oh, yes, that's right. The building you were in burned down. I hear several people burned to death.
Yeah, so the papers say.
You lost all your stock, I suppose. Were you covered by insurance?
Look here, I got no time to talk to you, mister. You better go match your fur someplace else.
Wait a minute now, not so fast. I might be interested in some furs in wholesale lots if the price is right.
You come back some other time. I ain't got time to talk to you now.
You don't seem very anxious to do business. Could it be that you don't care very much about selling furs you carry in stock?
What do you mean, mister? Who are you anyway? What are you coming around here asking a lot of questions for? Trying to make me talk. What do you want?
Well, at the moment, I'd like to know why you're so anxious to get rid of me. You expecting someone?
What if I am? It's none of your business. So get out of here.
If you don't mind, I think I'll just have a little look around. If you haven't got what I want in the way of furs, I won't come back.
Nobody asked you to come here in the first place.
Hello, Valley. Well, I see you're all set up in your new joint.
Yeah, I got a customer over here behind the rack.
Oh, I see. Copper?
I don't know. He said he'd come in here to match some furs. He looked funny to me.
Yeah? Listen, Valley. Go out the front door and pull down the blinds. We'll soon find out what he's here for.
Okay. We better take him in the back room.
Oh, once over equipped with the brass knuckles will do the trick if we won't talk without him.
He's right back there.
Yeah. I don't see anybody.
Why, right in it. Hey, he ain't here. But he was just a couple of minutes ago. I seen him go in between those two racks.
Maybe he heard us talking and beat it out the back way.
No, he can't do that. The door's locked. I got the key in my pocket.
And he's got to be here somewhere. He couldn't have gotten out.
Hey, Hickman, wait a minute. You hear that?
Yeah, you heard it. Came from back there in the corner. Come on.
Look out. Maybe he's a cop. Got a gun.
No, Ворелле. I am not from the police. I carry no gun.
Boss, that boy's wasted. He came from the corner. But there's nobody there. Nothing.
All right, shut up. There must be somebody there. Come out of there, you, and come out with your hands up, or I'll fill you full of lead.
Things in the shadows are best left in the shadows, Eggman.
Who are you? What are you doing here? What do you want?
I'm looking for a man. 2 men. Perhaps more. Who have burned scores of innocent people to death. Caused thousands of dollars damage to property. And terrorized the whole city. I think I have found them.
He knows.
Keep your mouth shut around.
Yes, I know. You betrayed yourself.
Who are you? Come out of there, I swear I'll shoot.
I am the Shadow, Hegman.
Shadow?
Hickman. The newspapers for days now, they've been saying the Shadow fella could find out who set the fires. And now he's here in the shop.
Shut your mouth, Riley. Or I'll shut it for you for good.
Yes, Hegman. A bullet would silence Ворелле, but nothing you can do can keep me from reading the thoughts that are racing through your mind. You're caught, and you know it.
Reading our thoughts? You're crazy. It can't be done.
Yes, it can. I can read your mind. It is making pictures like the writing on a slate. You've given me the motive for these crimes. You're a broker.
Sure, that's right. Hegman's a broker.
Shut up.
Yes, Hegman, you write heavy insurance on the stock of men like Ворелле. On stock that doesn't exist.
You're not reading my mind, Shadow. You're just guessing. You're smart, but you're not smart enough or you wouldn't have walked into this place. And I'm telling you here and now, you'll never walk out. The door's locked. I don't care how much you know. Because you'll never live to tell it.
A bullet from that gun won't save you. You've set your last fire.
Hey, boss, he knows everything. What are we going to do?
I tell you what we're going to do. Riley, get me that can of kerosene.
But it's in the back room, boss. I'm afraid to
Do
go.
as I tell you, you yellow-livered fool. So I've set my last fire, have I, Shadow?
Yes, your last fire.
Riley, don't stand there. Do as I tell you. Get that kerosene. Go on.
Hey, but this Shadow, I can't see him. I don't know where he is.
Listen, you fool. I've heard about the Shadow. He has some trick of being able to appear in a room without being seen. But he's here, all right. And if he lays a hand on you, if he tries to stop you, grab hold of him, and I'll do the rest. Go on, I tell you. Oh. So you don't work alone, Shadow. You've set a trap for us. Well, you're caught in your own trap. Quick, Riley, get that kerosene.
All right. I'll get it.
Andre, are you in trouble?
Why don't you answer, Shadow?
I'll deal with you alone, Hegman.
I'm going to get the police.
Before the police can break in here, you'll be burned.
Here's the kerosene.
Pour it on the floor. Throw some on those fur racks. Hurry up. That girl's gone for the cop.
We go out the back way and lock the door, huh? And then this Shadow, he die quick.
All right, Shadow. Now, you just try to come through this back door, and I'll finish you off with a bullet before the fire can get you. Come on, Burley, that's enough. Get back. Get ready to slam this door the minute I touch a match to this newspaper.
You're signing your death warrant, Hickman.
No, Shadow, yours. Don't think you can break through the front window and get out because it's covered with steel wire.
All right, come on, boss. You should go up quick. Hey, boss, what's that noise?
Just a car in the street. Come on. We're getting out. Close the door. Lock it. Margot, that'll be the police checking up on how my car happened to crash into that first door at the exact moment the fire started.
What are you going to tell them, Lamont? I got away in the crowd before anybody had a chance to see me.
Police said over the phone that my car was being driven by a young woman.
Then they suspect...
I don't think so, Margot. I told them the car was stolen.
Well, that makes a criminal out of me, doesn't it? No, but you're safe, and that's all that matters.
Yes, for once I'm glad you disobeyed my orders, Margot, but now you'd better go in my study and wait. I don't want the police to find you here.
All right, Lamont. I hope they don't get suspicious as to what really happened and discover that you are the shadow.
Neither do I. Oh, good evening, Sergeant. Come in. Sorry to have kept you waiting.
That's all right, Mr. Cranston. I've just got a few routine questions to ask you in addition to the information you gave us over the phone.
That you, Varelli?
Yeah, quick. Let me in, boss.
What'd you find out? Where'd that girl go?
I got around to the front like you told me, boss. I see her slip out of the car, and I follow. She get in a taxi, but she don't get away from me.
Where is she now?
I follow her to where she lives. We get her tonight, if you say so, boss.
Perhaps she'll lead us to the shadow.
But how do you know for sure the shadow got away?
It's in the papers. They put the fire out before it spread upstairs, and now the cops are looking for you as the owner of the first.
Hey, look, boss. You say you take care of me if the police get after me. You swore it.
Don't worry about the cops. I'll get you out of town in a day or two. First, we got to get the shadow. As long as he's alive, we're both as good as in the death house.
Yeah, sure, but how are we going to get it?
Through that girl, you dope. We'll get her and leave a note for this guy Lamont she was calling to before she drove that car into the store. And I'll bet you 2 to 1 he's the shadow. When he comes to get her, he'll walk into a trap he won't get out of.
Yeah, that's it, boss. We get him here in your place. We make a big fire down here in the cellar and we get rid of both of them, eh?
Yeah. Come on. Show me where this girl lives. We got to get a hold of her tonight or it may be too late.
Right here. This is the house I trailed the girl to. That's the window in a bedroom.
Yes?
She's got a maid, but I think she's gone now.
Okay. She's had plenty of time to get to sleep since that light went out. Go in the window into her room and get her, Varelli.
But suppose she wake up. Maybe she's screaming.
Not if this gag you put in her mouth quickly enough. It's soaked with chloroform.
You wait here and help me carry her down the pirate safe, huh, boss?
Yeah, I'll wait right here by the window. While you're getting her, I'll pin this note on the curtain. Now go on, get that window up and get in there.
Okay.
Now don't bump into anything. Just grab her and slap that gag in her mouth and hold it till the chloroform does its stuff.
All right, I'll get her. You what?
Hello, Ellen.
Oh, thank the good Lord, it's you, Mr. Cranston.
Ellen, I came here the minute I got your message. What's wrong? Is Miss Margot ill?
Oh, Mr. Cranston, it's worse than that. Miss Margot, she's gone. She's been taken right out of her bed and out of the window. She's been spirited away.
Well, how do you know? Did you see it happen?
Oh, no, sir, but I know. I was in my room and I heard her scream. And I run in here and there was the note.
A note? Where?
Oh, in the bedroom there, pinned to the curtains. Come here, look, see.
Heavens, Ellen. When did this happen?
Oh, about an hour ago, I think. The clock had just struck 2.
You notified the police?
Oh, no, sir. I didn't dare because I read that note first and it said not to call the police or Miss Margaret will be killed. Here, read it, Mr. Cranston.
Oh,
dear.
You did right in not calling the police, Ellen. Well, Margot here knew the trap she could lead them to me.
Oh, what are they going to do to Miss Lane? Sir, hold her for some ransom money?
No, it isn't that, Ellen.
Oh, but Mr. Cranston...
I can't explain now, but listen, Ellen. If you want to help your mistress, you must do exactly as I say.
Oh, yes, sir, I'll do anything. I'd give my life.
I know you would. I just want you to stay here. Don't talk to anyone. Don't tell anyone what's happened until you hear from me. Do you understand?
Oh, yes, sir, I understand. Where are you going?
I'm going to do exactly as the note says, Ellen. I'm going to find Miss Margot and bring her back with me. If I'm not back in 2 hours and you haven't heard from me, turn that note over to Commissioner Weston of the police department. Remember that, Ellen. If I'm not back in 2 hours, take that note to Commissioner Weston.
Oh, dear God. Don't let nothing happen to him. Don't let nothing happen.
Have fine time of night to be calling. Hello? Hello? You! How did you get my private number, Shadow?
I've had it for a long time.
Well,
Commissioner Weston.
now what is it this time? I suppose you caught the firebug. I suppose you're all set to make a monkey out of me and the whole police force.
The newspapers have done you and your force a grave injustice, Commissioner. But it is not my doing.
So what?
Would it be worth the loss of a few hours' sleep if you could trap the firebugs before morning, Commissioner?
Now, who are they and where are they?
I have an appointment with them within the next hour. I'm finished with them. They're yours. You're ready to take them. And with them, you can have the honor and credit of ending their reign of terror, Commissioner.
What am I supposed to do? Wait here and twiddle my thumbs?
No. Throw a cordon of police around the district bounded by 4th Street and the river, and from Spruce to Medley Square.
Why, you're crazy. That'd take half my force.
You're worth it.
All right. What then?
Keep in touch with headquarters. If you've not heard from me by 4:30, a note will be delivered to you, telling you where to find the firebugs and the body of the Shadow.
Listen, you, I'm going to give you one more chance to talk.
You can't make me talk. I'll never tell you.
Oh, well, maybe you'll think different after I've burned your fingers with a few more matches.
I won't tell you. I won't.
Who is the Shadow? Where is he? Talk! Or is this only a taste of what you'll get? You don't like that, eh? Well, talk.
Oh, no, I won't tell you.
Hey, listen, boss.
Yeah?
I ain't going to stay up there in the dock anymore. I'm scared. I don't wait no more for somebody I can't see.
Get back up there, Verley. Get up there or wait till I tell you. You don't, I'll give you something to be scared of.
But it's dark. I can't see. All the time in the dark, I keep hearing noises, sounds. Just now, I think I hear somebody laugh. Oh, something slammed the door.
So we meet again.
Boss, he's here. The Shadow's here.
Shut up, you gibbering fool, Verley. Sure he's here, and that's just what I want. Listen, Shadow. Don't come near me. I'm warning you. I've got a gun pressed against this girl's head. One false move out of you, and I'll pull the trigger. Go on, you. Tell him I'm not bluffing.
Lamont, why did you come? They used me to get you here. To make you walk into a death trap. They're going to kill you. They'll kill us both.
It's all right, Margot. Maybe we can...
Borelli, stand by that door. If the Shadow tries to get out, use your knife. Remember, if he gets away, you'll go to the chair.
All right, boss. I watch.
Lamont, I'm sorry. This is my fault. All my fault.
Just a minute, Margot. Now that I'm here, Hegman, what do you want?
I just wanted you here, Shadow. That's all.
I see. You prepared another trap, another fire trap.
You guessed it. And this time the girl won't get you out of it because she'll be right down here in the cellar with you.
Come on, boss. Quick, we get out now. Lock the door and start a fire.
Here we are, Borelli. Don't open that door till I tell you.
Yes, Borelli. Listen to him. Do as Hegman orders you. And you live a few minutes longer. Then you die with a bullet in the back.
Who'd do that?
Your boss, Hegman.
No, the boss would not do that. You're lying, Shadow.
He plans to kill us because we know too much about him. But you, Borelli, know more. Not until you're dead will he be safe. It may be a few minutes, an hour, days.
What do you mean, Shadow?
Don't listen to him, Borelli.
He's thinking about killing you, Borelli.
If I'm not going to kill you. You can trust me.
You forget I can read Hegman's mind, Borelli.
Don't you believe him, Borelli? He's just saying that to get you.
But he can read the mind. In the shop, he did it.
Ah, no, I tell you, you're my friend.
You know too much about Hickman, Varelli.
The shadow is right. I know too much. Only when I'm dead will you be safe, boss.
Two can keep a secret. Only when one is dead, Varelli. When one is dead, Varelli. Listen to me. When one is dead.
When one is dead. When one is dead.
Now listen, Varelli.
That's it. When one is dead.
Now, Varelli, keep away from me. Put that knife away. So don't listen to him. He's hypnotized your mind. That's another one of the shadows. No, Varelli. No. All right. Yeah, I meant to kill you, Varelli. I was going to do it the minute we got rid of the shadow and his girl. But I don't need you now. I got them trapped, and I'll give you yours now. Here.
You killed. But before I die, I'll get you, boss.
Get up.
I stab you. I take you with me, boss. We keep a cigarette together.
Mark.
Here. Let me cut your rope, Margot. And get out of this place and go back to the apartment. Get that note from Ellen. Destroy it. The secret of the shadow must remain a secret.
Mark, come with me, please. There's nothing more can be done here. The pyromanes are dead.
Yes, Margot. The firebugs have set their last fire. One more thing to be done.
What's that?
I must get in touch with Commissioner Weston. I promised him I'd give him the credit for capturing the criminals. He and half the police force of the city are waiting out there in the street. The shadow always keeps his word.
You have been listening to a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine.
As suspense fades away, we move into the living room of Orson Welles' Chicago apartment, where a warm fireplace contrasts with the storm raging outside. Rain lashes the massive windows and lightning briefly reveals the foggy skyline, while inside everything is calm, dim, and glowing in amber light. It is here that we end our journey with Campbell Playhouse and the 1939 adaptation, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, a final, atmospheric story for this stormy night.
Well, let me to start with give you some idea of the little village of King's Abbot, of which I have for so many years been the leading, I must admit, also the only physician and surgeon. My name, by the way, is Shepherd, James Shepherd. We have a large railway station, a small post office, 2 rival general stores, very few able-bodied men, a staggering number of unmarried ladies, none of whom are getting any younger, and an amazing number of retired military officers, all of whom are getting older. In fact, the only newcomer for many months lives next door to me, concerning whom little is known despite the earnest and tireless investigations carried on in respect to him by my sister Caroline. Caroline and her little group of earnest ferrets, all maiden ladies like herself, have been forced to content themselves with the simple fact of his nationality, which is alien, of his name, which is Poirot, the obvious fact that he potters around his garden all day growing cucumbers, and the suspicion, based chiefly on malicious deductions, he's a retired hairdresser. Let's see now. The main house of any importance in King's Abbot is Fernley Hall, owned by Roger Ackroyd, who's always looked more like a country squire than any country squire could really look, but who's actually an immensely wealthy manufacturer of wagon wheels, nearly 50 years of age, rubicund of face and genial of manner, in general, the life and soul of our, up to this week, the peaceful village. The other house of any importance has been left to Mrs. Ferrars by her late husband. Mrs. Ferrars died on the night of the 16th of September, a little less than a week ago. It seems longer than that. I was sent over for 8 o'clock the morning of the 17th. There was nothing to be done. She'd been dead some hours. I turned to my home as soon as I decently could, looking forward happily to the warm breakfast I had missed, and rather unhappily to the certainty of a relentless cross-examination by my sister Caroline.
Is that you, James? What on earth are you doing out there in the hall?
Just hanging up my overcoat, my dear.
Oh, Mrs. Ferrars died in her sleep, didn't she?
Bacon is cold. How did you know? Out with the dawn, securing information instead of warming the bacon, is that it? I suppose you're going to tell me she died of heart failure.
Annie told me. The milkman told her. He had it from Ferrars' cook.
Since you're bound to hear sooner or later, Caroline, from the greengrocer or the postman, I might as well tell you myself. She died of an overdose of sleeping medicine. She hadn't been sleeping well lately.
Nonsense. She took it on purpose.
Well, now, why on earth should Mrs. Ferrars wish to commit suicide? A widow, still fairly young, very well off, good health, nothing to do but enjoy life.
And looking forward to marrying Roger Ackroyd. Don't forget to leave that out.
That's an item of fact only in your local gossip circle.
A fact's a fact. And there is such a thing as remorse, James, even if you're as wealthy as Mrs. Ferrars.
Remorse?
I have always been convinced she poisoned her husband, and I'm more than ever convinced of it now. If you'd arranged an inquest a year ago, as I suggested you should...
You're talking nonsense, Caroline.
Then you're absolutely satisfied it was an accident?
I'm satisfied this bacon is not going to get any warmer by itself, and it's time I went to the surgery to see my patient.
All right, James. You don't have to be grumpy about it. Oh, by the way, Mr. Ackroyd's butler, Parker, called.
What about?
Mr. Ackroyd wants to know if you'll dine with him this evening. He says he'd regard it as a great favor if you'd cancel any other engagement.
Of course I'll go, and don't worry, Caroline. I may tell you all about the dinner tomorrow.
Oh, then I'll give you something to tell Mr. Ackroyd tonight. Rafe Peyton is back.
Rafe Peyton?
Yes, and he's staying at the Dog and Whistle. I know he's taking particular pains to be sure that Mr. Ackroyd doesn't find out about it.
I wouldn't dream of telling him. Roger Ackroyd's relations with his stepson are his own affair. Believe me, Caroline, according to every interpretation except your own.
I can't help it if people tell me things.
In answer to questions.
Well, you'd better rush along to that precious surgery of yours. You've got 4 patients waiting.
How do you know?
Well, one can't help seeing through a window if one is looking through a window.
The distance from my house to Fernley Hall, Roger Ackroyd's home, is a little over 2 miles. I remember that evening as I walked that the subject of Caroline's latest piece of gossip kept returning to my mind. Rafe Peyton was in King's Abbot. Rafe Peyton, whom I'd known and liked since he was a child. Adopted by Ackroyd upon the death of his mother, he'd grown up to be a handsome but what our narrow little village regarded as a rather wild young man. There'd been many stormy scenes between his stepfather and himself before he finally left for London. According to Caroline, he was secretly engaged to Flora Ackroyd, Roger Ackroyd's niece, who with her mother was now living in Fernley Hall. According to Caroline, I say, and Caroline's information, I'm afraid, is always exact. However illegitimate her source may be. What's the trouble, Ackroyd? A bit under the weather?
Yes, Doctor. I've had a little of that pain after food lately. You must give me some more of those tablets of yours.
I thought as much, Ackroyd. I brought some up with me. In my bag in the hall. I'll get them.
No, don't trouble. Make certain that window is closed, will you, Shepard?
Of course. Well, that one's open.
I'll put the latch across, will you?
All right. I see what's really bothering you, Ackroyd.
The door's closed, isn't it?
Yes.
Shepard, nobody knows what I've gone through in the last 24 hours.
What's the trouble?
You're an old friend, Doctor. My oldest friend, perhaps. You attended Ashley Ferrers in his last illness, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Did it ever enter your mind that he might have been poisoned?
Well, frankly, Ackroyd, I don't think I should.
He was poisoned.
By whom?
His wife. She told me so herself yesterday.
Yesterday? You mean a few hours before she died, she told you?
Yes. Some weeks ago, I asked Mrs. Ferrers to marry me. She refused. Last week, I asked her again, and she consented. Yesterday, I called upon her. I noticed that she'd been very strange in her manner for some days. Now, without the least warning, she broke down completely. She told me everything. Her hatred of her swine of a husband, her growing love for me, and then, a year ago, the dreadful means she had taken to free herself. It was poison, Shepard. Murder in cold blood.
Murder? Are you sure, Ackroyd?
That wasn't all. It seems there's one person who's known all along what she did, who's been blackmailing her for huge sums. It was the strain of that drove her nearly mad.
Who's the man?
She wouldn't tell me his name.
Have you any suspicion?
I don't dare have a suspicion. Something she said made me think that the person in question might actually be a member of my household. But that can't be so. I won't let it be so. I must have misunderstood her.
What'd you say to her?
What could I say? She made me that promise to do nothing for 24 hours, and she refused to give me the name of the scoundrel who'd been blackmailing her. I never dreamt she'd kill herself. Shepard, will you hand me that letter on the table there, in the blue envelope?
This one?
Thanks. It's from her. It arrived during dinner. She must have written it just before she...
You think she wrote you the little bit she didn't tell you, is that it? Name of the man?
Yes, I think so. I've got to open it, and yet I'm afraid... What's that?
What?
I thought the latch of the door gave a bit.
Yes? I'll see if there's anyone there. No one.
Nerves, I expect. Are you sure you shut the window?
Yes, it's closed.
Well, I'll read it. If I read it to you, it won't seem so bad. I won't be facing it alone, no matter what the name. My dear, my very dear Roger, a life calls for a life. I see that. I saw it in your face this afternoon, so I'm taking the only road open to me. I leave to you the punishment of the person who made my life a hell on earth for the last year. I would not tell you the name this afternoon, but I propose to write it to you now, dear Roger, now that I have nothing more to fear. Will you forgive me, Shepard, but I see I must read this alone. It was meant for my eyes and my eyes alone.
Do you think that's wise, Roger?
I'd rather wait.
Well, if you insist on not letting me help you.
If you must put it that way, yes, my dear friend, I do insist. I'm sorry.
I left Fernley Hall at 9:15. From Fernley Hall to my house, it takes, as a rule, about 3/4 of an hour. That night there was a moon shining, and I did it in less. From the road, I noticed the lights blazing in our parlor. Caroline was entertaining. Through the window, I caught sight of an egg-shaped head, partially covered with suspiciously black hair, 2 immense mustaches, and a pair of watchful eyes.
James, come in. You're just in time for hot milk and crackers.
Oh, thank you, Caroline. Oh, excuse me, I'm
This
sorry.
is my brother, Dr. Shepard.
I am enchanted.
James, this is Mr. Hercule Poirot.
How do you do, sir?
Mr. Poirot is our new neighbor.
If I may be permitted one slight correction, my name is Hercule Poirot. Your good sister proceeds on the familiar English assumption that we are not English, do not know how to pronounce our own silly names.
He's just making fun of me, James. He has a very dry wit. We've had quite an interesting conversation.
I question that it was two-sided.
And you know what Mr. Poirot told me? He's a policeman.
Pardon, mademoiselle. Not yet. I see. Do you appreciate Hercule Poirot? His true worth. The name Poirot, mademoiselle, is known today in every continent, every land, nay, in every city of the world. I am become the mode, the last word. I am as much a specialist as an Harley Street physician.
Well, that's what I said, didn't I? A detective.
Yeah, consulting detective.
That's what I said.
I'm afraid, Mr. Poirot, you find little to occupy a man of your talents in this village.
Mr. Poirot tells me what he's looking for just now is peace and quiet.
Precisely, mademoiselle. That and the correct soil, which you have in so great abundance here in King's Abbot for the cultivation of cucumbers.
Oh, I'll answer it. It's probably Mrs. Bates and her rheumatism.
Never mind, Caroline. I'll take it.
Oh, all right.
Hello. Hello. What? What's that? Certainly, of course. Of course I will at once.
What is it?
It's Parker, the butler, calling from Fernley. Just found Roger Ackroyd. Murdered.
Why, Dr. Shepard.
Where is he, Parker?
I beg your pardon, sir.
Mr. Ackroyd, don't stand there staring at me. Have you notified the police?
The police,
I said, what's the matter with you, Parker? You called me to tell me your master's been murdered.
Your master murdered?
Didn't you telephone me not 5 minutes ago and tell me Mr. Ackroyd had been found murdered?
Me? Oh, no, sir.
My English is not of the best, Dr. Shepard, but there seems to be a peculiar misapprehension.
Why, Dr. Shepard, I'll
give you the exact words I heard just now on the phone. This is Parker, the butler at Fernley speaking. Will you please come at once, sir? Mr. Ackroyd has been murdered.
But, Doctor,
Where is Mr. Ackroyd, Parker?
Why, he's in the study,
If you don't mind waiting down here a moment, Monsieur Poirot, I won't be a minute.
This way, sir.
But of course.
I'd rather not intrude on him, sir, if you don't mind.
Well, I will, then. Door's locked.
Well, Mr. Ackroyd must have locked himself in and possibly just dropped off to sleep, sir.
Ackroyd! Ackroyd! Look here, Parker. I'm to break this door in, or rather we are.
But, Dr. Shepard...
I'll take the responsibility.
Oh, if you say so, sir.
All right, here we go. Together now. 1, 2, 3. The inspector? Head is sideways, permitting the dagger to penetrate the jugular. Death was instantaneous.
Has the body been moved?
Beyond making certain that life is extinct, I haven't disturbed the body in any way.
You didn't touch the dagger, did you, Doctor?
No, Inspector.
No, good. Well, we'll want that for fingerprints.
Rummy-looking thing, isn't it? Foreign-looking.
Maurice Silver. Mr. Ackroyd was quite a collector. There are his silver cases over against the wall.
Eh? Who are you?
My name's Raymond. I'm Mr. Ackroyd's private secretary.
That's right, Inspector. He's been with Mr. Ackroyd almost 2 years now.
Oh, very well. Now, Doctor, how long should you say he's been dead?
Half an hour at least, perhaps longer.
You had to break down the door, eh? What about the window?
The English people, they have a mania for the fresh air. The big air is all very well outside where it belongs. Why admit it to the house?
Hey, who are you? How did you get in here?
You call yourself, unfortunate man, an inspector of police, and you say to me, who am I? Hercule Poirot, master detective, possessed of the finest brain in Europe, known in every continent, in every land, nay, in every city.
Not in my part of the world, you ain't. I never heard of you.
How about Monsieur Poirot, Inspector? He's at my house and the phone call came. Mr. Ackroyd's death.
Oh, well, all right then. You can stay. But this is my case, and don't you forget it. Now then, when was Mr. Ackroyd last seen alive?
I don't know, probably by me. And I left, let me see, a little before 9.
Mr. Ackroyd was certainly alive at 9:30. I heard him in here talking.
Who to, Mr. Raymond?
I don't know. I just heard his voice. But I know it was 9:30.
You didn't hear any of their conversation, did you, Mr. Raymond?
I did catch a fragment of it. It did strike me as a trifle odd.
Remember, please, the words exact. It is very important.
Not sure that I can.
The words exact.
Wait a minute, Mr. Parrott. Who's conducting this case? You or me? Now then, Mr. Raymond, what was these words you heard Mr. Ackroyd say at 9:30? Well, come on.
I'd swear under oath the exact words were, "The calls on my purse have been so frequent of late that I find it impossible to accede to your request."
Thank you, Mr. Raymond, very much.
I beg pardon, Inspector.
Well, what is it, Parker?
I just remembered. Miss Flora saw Mr. Ackroyd later than 9:30, about 9:45. She was just coming out of this room.
You mean she was just closing the study door?
No, sir. She'd already closed the door when I saw her. She told me Mr. Ackroyd was not to be disturbed again tonight.
Where's Miss Flora?
Upstairs in her room. Shall I ask her to come down?
No. I'll go up.
One moment, if I might be so humble, Monsieur Inspector. Could I ask our friend Parker for a little information?
Well, what is it?
Thank you for your so gracious permission, Inspector. Tell me, Parker, is this room exactly as it was when you entered it with Dr. Shepard?
Well, to tell you the truth, sir, I felt myself that this chair here was drawn out a little more. It has been puzzling.
The grandfather chair between the door and the window.
That's right, sir.
That's very curious. No one would want to sit in a chair in such a position.
What are you talking about? When a man wants to sit, he sits, don't he?
Who pushed it back in place, I wonder? Did you, Parker?
No, sir. I was too upset at seeing the master and all. It isn't important, is it, sir?
It is completely unimportant. That's why it is so interesting.
You're very late for breakfast, James.
I was up quite late, Carol. I'm afraid I forgot your natural anxiety to learn details you're not supposed to know.
Well, don't worry about me, James. Mr. Poirot was working his cucumbers at daybreak this morning. 6:37 it was. And I've been with him ever since.
Good. Perhaps you have some information for me, Caroline.
Perhaps I have. Or are you going to pretend you know what suddenly occurred to Mr. Poirot in the night? So that he couldn't sleep for an hour or two after he got home?
Inasmuch as I haven't seen our friend since he went to bed.
Well, I don't feel very much like telling you either. If I didn't know that he'd tell you himself, I don't think I would. Well, he was worrying about the prints of some shoes outside the window. The way the rubber studs were worn down, he says, should mean something to him. But he doesn't know what.
Did you explain it to him, Caroline? Hasn't the cook been of any help to you, or the milkman, or the Ladies' Aid Society?
You needn't always be facetious, James.
Isn't the bacon needn't always be cold, I dare say, but it is, and so am I. But not cold, but facetious.
James, you know what Mr. Poirot said? He said I had the makings of a born detective in me. He particularly admires my wonderful instinct into human nature. And he told me a lot about the little grey cells of the brain. He says his are of the first quality, slightly above that, in fact.
I'm sure they are.
He thinks you're very intelligent, too.
Good morning, good shepherd. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Poirot.
A beautiful morning, is it not? See, how is this for a cucumber? Beautiful, now, my friend, it is yours. I give it you. Altogether, my good shepherd, I have a wonderful morning. Everywhere I learn things new and wonderful things. And all the time the grey cells of Hercule Poirot, they are working. Miss Caroline, she tells me so much about this Rafe Peyton. This morning I go to the hotel. It's what you call it.
The Dog and Whistle.
Thank you, Miss Caroline. And I think I will talk myself to Rafe Peyton. Then they tell me at the Dog and Whistle that was here last night another gentleman asking for Mr. Peyton.
Why, James, I certainly think you might have
No, Caroline, I thought someone ought to inform Rafe of his uncle's death. The least one could do, since no one but myself and the members of your intelligence service knew that he was in King's Abbot at all. Matter of fact, Rafe Peyton left the Dog and Whistle at 9 o'clock last night and never came back.
Well, what on earth do you think happened to him?
Rafe Peyton has a right to come and go as he pleases. He might have gone anywhere. He might even have gone back to London.
Leaving his luggage behind? I wonder.
By the way, my good shepherd, the telephone call.
Oh, you mean the one that came while you were at the house of Mr.
That
Poirot?
is the one. Tell me, do you think it is possible that someone could have telephoned you and imitated Parker's voice sufficiently to deceive you?
Well, he said he was Parker. James really doesn't know Parker's voice well enough.
Of course. But the telephone call was traced this morning by my friend Inspector Hempstead. It didn't come from Fanley Hall at all. It was put through to you at 9:50 last night from a public call office at King's Abbot Station, and at 23 the night mail is for Liverpool. It is the inspector's opinion that the murderer may have left King's Abbot on that very train.
Ah, then you do believe that Rafe Peyton?
I believe nothing, mademoiselle, until it is proved.
Well, then, what do you think?
I think, Miss Caroline, that Roger Ackroyd was murdered. Outside of that, I think that I will have to think a good deal more.
Oh, it's an outrage. That's what it is. A little man, not even an Englishman, a foreigner with moustaches, comes into this home, a British home, a house of mourning, unsolicited, unwelcome.
Oh, Mother, do be quiet.
Flora, I will not. He comes in here, into my own brother-in-law's house, questions us like a lot of criminals, besmirches our kith and kin.
Mrs. Ackroyd.
Mr. Poirot, you must excuse my mother. My uncle's death was a terrible shock.
I understand, mademoiselle. It is very little that Hercule Poirot does not understand.
Honestly, no, Mr. Poirot, you're on the wrong track. Rafe Peyton has nothing to do with this crime. The mere fact that he was hard-pressed for money...
Was he hard-pressed for money, Mr.
Mr.
Raymond?
Raymond, now you made it seem as though...
Miss Ackroyd, I'm merely telling the truth. Yes, he was hard-pressed. He was always applying to his stepfather for money.
But,
Please,
Poirot,
mademoiselle, had he done so of late, Mr. Raymond? During the last week, for example?
Mr. Ackroyd didn't mention such a fact to me. Of course, Mr. Peyton will never again have to apply to anyone for money.
You mean that Mr. Ackroyd's will...
Exactly. After paying certain legacies and bequeaths, servants, charities, and so on.
Aha, including yourself, Mr. Raymond.
Mr. Ackroyd was good enough to remember me to the extent of £1,000.
Well, it's not surprising. Go on, please.
Well, Miss Flora Ackroyd inherits £20,000 outright. The residue, including this property and an outstanding control in the business, goes to Rafe Peyton.
You have been familiar with this will for some time past, Mr. Raymond.
Roger Ackroyd's confidential secretary.
Of course. And Mr. Ackroyd possessed a very large fortune indeed, did he not?
Fortune that would have been regarded as large even in less tax-ridden times.
Then the immediate inheritance of such a large sum would have eased very considerably the present difficulties of Mr. Peyton.
Mr. Poirot, you don't...
Is that so, Mr. Raymond?
Yes, that is so.
You awful little man, talking that way, when you know how Flora feels about Ross Peyton. The idea that you suspect him of killing his sister.
Him no more than any other, madame.
You know what I think? I think Roger's death was an accident. Roger was so fond of handling curios. His hand must have slipped or something. He was really a very strange man. Would you believe it? He never gave Flora and me an allowance. His own family. And of course we didn't have a penny of our own. Why, at this very
If
moment...
you need any ready money, Mrs. Ackroyd, Mr. Ackroyd cashed a check for £100 yesterday for wages and other expenses due today. The money was never spent.
And where, if you please, is this money?
He always kept his cash in his bedroom.
I suggest that we see if the money is there.
Why, Mr. Poirot, surely...
Am I to understand, you miserable little foreigner, that you're intimating that
I merely intimate, ladies and gentlemen, that we see if the money is still there. Ladies and gentlemen, there are here only £60.
Oh, that's impossible. Let me see. 10, 20... The man's right. It is 60.
This is terrible. Dr. Shepherd, Mr. Poirot, I hope nobody believes...
One must believe there are 60 pounds where there were 100. However, I'm sure no one would suggest that you, Mr. Raymond, or you, Mrs. Ackroyd, who alone knew of the money...
Mr. Poirot, I forget.
Just one moment.
Flora.
I took the money. I'm a thief. I'm a common, vulgar little thief. Now you know. I'm glad that it's come out.
I'm glad also, Miss Flora.
You are?
Yes, because now we comprehend why Parker thought he saw you coming out of your uncle's room at 10:15.
But he did see her coming out of the door. He said so.
No, that's just what he did not see. He saw Miss Flora outside the door with her hand on the handle. He did not see Miss Flora come out of the study for a good reason. Miss Flora was never in the study.
But where else could she have been?
Perhaps on the stairs.
Well, those stairs only lead to Mr. Ackroyd's bedroom.
Precisely.
Then you knew I took the 40 pounds.
I knew nothing, but I suspected much. As even now, I suspect that this money you have taken, you did not take it for yourself.
I took it for myself. You can take what steps you please.
I assure you, Miss Ackroyd, no steps will be taken. Only one thing. Why did you not tell me sooner? Me, Hercule Poirot, who in the end will know everything. Why do not all of you tell me the truth?
Just because Flora made a little mistake, that's no
Silence, silence, madame. Ladies and gentlemen, I am aged. My powers might not be what they were. In all probability, this is the last case I shall ever investigate. But Hercule Poirot does not end with a failure. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you I mean to know, and I shall know in spite of you all.
How do you mean, in spite of us all?
But just that, monsieur. Every one of you in this room is concealing something from me. It may be something trivial, which is supposed to have no bearing on the case. Each one of you has something to hide. I appeal to you. Tell me the truth now. The whole truth. Miss Flora, my good shepherd, Mrs. Ackroyd, Parker, Mr. Raymond. Will no one speak? It is a pity.
I am a village surgeon, and Hercule Poirot is a distinguished Belgian detective, so it was scarcely for me to tell him I thought he was wasting his time. It was certainly not for me to tell him that he was getting on my nerves. Not that I didn't admire his extraordinary cleverness on the inside. Poirot was right, for instance, about the dagger. Police investigation confirmed his suspicion that the fingerprints on the handle of the dagger were those of Roger Ackroyd, the murdered man, though the position of the dagger definitely precluded suicide. It was Poirot who established that it had not been Parker, the butler, who summoned me on the phone that night to what had become a house of death. And again, it was Hercule Poirot who made it indubitably clear that nobody had seen Roger Ackroyd alive after 9:30, at which time Raymond, the secretary, had heard Ackroyd's voice in the study. In spite of all this, it seemed to me that Hercule Poirot was making little real progress in solving the mystery of Roger Ackroyd's death. Furthermore, it seemed to me a curious thing for a detective of his self-proclaimed standing to be spending so much of his precious time in idle chatter with my sister, Caroline.
I had a very interesting chat with Mr. Poirot, James. He thinks me very intelligent.
So you've told me. Is it just a coincidence, Caroline, that on those occasional mornings when the bacon is both warm and crisp, it should be so far away from me that I can't reach it?
Too much bacon isn't good for you.
There's no such thing as too much bacon. And I'll be the judge of what's good for me. I rather fancy that at least is something I know best, Caroline.
You know so many things, James. You're so self-complacent. That's why it's difficult to talk to you. That's why you get the idea that people are trying to pump you.
Some more bacon, please.
Mr. Poirot says I'd make an excellent detective.
Did he?
We had a very interesting chat.
I wonder if Monsieur Poirot found it interesting.
He said I was more valuable than anyone he's met here. He told me a lot about his life, too. About a mad nephew of his. And you know that Prince Paul of Mauritania, the one who just married a dancer? Well,
I do not know her. You do not know her, and I do not care to hear about her or about his mad nephew either. Did he ask you any questions, Caroline?
No questions. We just chatted and chatted.
More bacon, please.
I have a little theory of my own, James. Mr. Poirot didn't ask me, but he might have.
Whom do you suspect?
I don't suspect anybody. I know. Parker was here in your surgery the morning of the murder. That place is full of poison. He's sure to have taken some. As a matter of fact, that's been my theory right along. Roger Ackroyd was poisoned in his food that night.
Nonsense, he was stabbed in the neck. You know that as well as I do.
After death, to make a false clue.
I examined the body, and I know what I'm talking about. That wound wasn't inflicted after death. It was the cause of death. And don't look so omniscient. Next you'll be telling me you know more about medicine than I do. Perhaps you think you could take over my practice.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. You know I haven't a license.
That afternoon, Caroline had a mahjong party made up of her little group of village gossipers, in whose opinion, I now learned, Rafe Peyton was mysteriously concealed somewhere in Cranchester, the only big town anywhere near us. Of course, that was true. Miss Gannett's maid, it seems, had contributed the additional information that while taking a walk that afternoon on Cranchester Road, she'd seen Monsieur Poirot in a large black car coming from that direction. After that, I was not surprised to learn that Monsieur Poirot had been invited to my house for dinner. Caroline believes, whenever possible, in getting her information directly from headquarters.
A little more raspberry shake, Mr. Poirot.
Under no circumstances. I am already a man of a corpulence so great it would hardly become me if I, well, perhaps, yes. There is no harm in a little raspberry shake.
There you are, Mr. Poirot.
I beg your pardon, Caroline, if I might have my first helping.
Oh, how thoughtful of me, James. There you are.
Thanks.
Mr. Poirot, what do you think about Rafe Peyton now?
What I think would scarcely be regarded as legal evidence in the courtroom, mademoiselle.
Dear, man.
You are incredulous, mademoiselle Shepard.
I am incredulous.
You have a theory, perhaps.
I don't have a theory. I know.
Oh, Caroline.
James, don't meddle about in what you don't understand. There are several points to this case.
Yes, mademoiselle.
Point number one. Mr. Ackroyd was heard talking to someone after 9:30. Point number two. At some time during the evening, Rafe Peyton must have come in through the window as evidenced by the prints of his shoes. Point number three. Mr. Ackroyd was nervous that evening and could have only admitted someone he knew. Point number four. The person with Ackroyd at 9:30 was asking for money. We know Rafe Peyton was in a scrape.
Admirable.
Oh, and one other thing, Mr. Poirot. I found out something for you today. The boots Rafe Peyton was wearing that night, they were not brown, they were black.
Ah, you have found that out for me. Thank you. You are sure, mademoiselle, they were brown or black?
Positive?
Too bad. If they were only black, those boots.
I mean, if they were.
You mean... Yes, I understand. Rafe Peyton is guilty or innocent according to whether his boots are brown or black.
Really, Mr. Poirot?
It could easily be. For murder, there was with Mr. Peyton so many motives.
First motive, blackmail. Rafe Peyton may have been the man who blackmailed Mrs. Burroughs. Reason? His general money needs. The second motive, the certainty of a great inheritance through Mr. Ackroyd's death.
And the third motive, Caroline?
Very simple. Mr. Ackroyd's violent disapproval of Rafe's proposed marriage to Miss Flora.
Well, after listening to you, Caroline, I'd say the case looks very black against him.
I haven't a case, James. I know.
Late that afternoon, Monsieur Poirot called on me to ask if I could arrange a little conference room at his home that night. There were to be present Mrs. Ackroyd, Flora, Raymond, and Parker. I think Caroline, who was present when he called, would have given 10 years of her life to have been added to the list. For my part, I would have been only too glad to yield up my place among those who, on that particular evening, gathered around the beaming countenance of the Belgian detective and cucumber breeder.
Yeah, I'm clearing my throat. That is an accepted signal in this country that a meeting is about to begin. Quiet, everybody. I will read the list. You will please answer to your names. Raymond.
Yes?
Parker.
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Ackroyd.
Yes, but I wanted to speak to you.
Yes, will be sufficient. Miss Flora.
Yes.
Say, Poirot, what's the meaning of all this?
The list I have just read is the list of suspected persons. Every one of you present had the opportunity to kill Mr. Ackroyd.
I won't stand for this. I'm going.
You will not go, madame, until you have heard what I have to say. I clear my throat again. And now I commence at the beginning. Until now, ladies and gentlemen, we have all been trying to answer to ourselves one principal question. Who was in the room with Mr. Ackroyd at 9:30? Not Dr. Shepard, since I myself can prove that he was at home. Not Miss Flora, nor Mrs. Ackroyd, nor Mr. Raymond, with whose actions on that evening we are well acquainted, nor Parker, who has furnished me with a satisfactory alibi. Who then? This is the part of Hercule Poirot, the cleverest, the most audacious question. Was anyone with him?
Are you trying to make me out a liar, Mr. Poirot? I tell you, I distinctly heard voices. I distinctly heard the words that Mr. Ackroyd was speaking.
Mr. Raymond, the words that Mr. Ackroyd said. The calls on my purse have been so frequent of late that I believe it is impossible for me to accede to your request. Does nothing strike you as odd about them? Their style, for example.
No, he frequently dictated letters to me using exactly the same style.
That is precisely what I seek to arrive at. Would any man use such a phrase in talking to another, huh? I think not. My friends, you have all forgotten one thing. The stranger who called at the house in the proceeding weekend, the firm he represented. You remember, Mr. Raymond?
Dictaphone company.
A dictaphone, that's what you think.
Mr. Ackroyd had promised to invest in a dictaphone, you remember. Me, I had the curiosity to inquire of the company in question. Their reply, Mr. Raymond, was that Mr. Ackroyd did purchase a dictaphone from their representative. Why he concealed the matter from you, his confidential secretary, I do not know.
Must have meant to surprise me with it. He had quite a childish love of surprising people.
Oh, there's only one man who could have done it.
You mean Rafe Payton?
Mother!
Oh, let's face it. If he's innocent, he should be able to prove it. If he isn't...
If only he'd come forward.
That is your advice, Mr. Raymond? That he should come forward?
Certainly. Do you know where he is?
Me? I know everything. Remember that. The truth of the telephone call, of the footprints on the windowsill, of the hiding place of Rafe Payton.
Where is he?
Not very far away.
Where?
In Cranchester.
Where?
No, he is not in Cranchester. He is here, in the doorway of this room.
Rafe!
Flora, my darling.
Have I not told you all at least 36 times that it was useless to conceal things from Hercule Poirot? That always I discover the little secret. It is my business. From Dr. Shepard's sister Caroline, ladies and gentlemen, I learned that the doctor and Rafe Payton, they are old friends. Dr. Shepard knows that things look very black against his friend Payton. He tells him the old story.
Yes, he did. He explained to me how suspicion was bound to fall on me, and I had no real alibi.
And with the best of intentions, people sometimes make errors. That's why Dr. Shepard consented to do what he could to help Mr. Payton. He was successful in hiding him from the police.
Where? In his own house?
No, indeed, Mr. Raymond. You should ask yourself the question that I, Hercule Poirot, did. If the good doctor is concealing the young man, what place would he choose? It must necessarily be somewhere near at hand. I think of Cranchester, a hotel. No. Lodgings, even more emphatically, no. Where then? I have it. A nursing home. I make inquiries. Yes, at one of them, a patient was brought there by the doctor himself early on Saturday morning. That patient, I had no difficulty in identifying him as Rafe Payton. He arrived at my house yesterday, and now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the point of this evening's meeting. Rafe Payton says he is innocent of the killing of Roger Ackroyd.
Oh, I am. I swear by heaven I am.
Please, Mr. Payton, please. You have just heard Mr. Payton declare he's innocent. Yet he has 3 motives for the murder and no alibi.
Well, I certainly don't see how you can sit there.
I am possessing the floor, Mrs. Ackroyd. Listen carefully, everybody. To save Mr. Peyton, the real criminal must confess. I speak to you, Hercule Poirot. I know that the murder of Mr. Ackroyd is in this room now, at this table, tonight. Tomorrow in the morning, the truth goes to the police.
You mean you know who?
Yes. At the moment, I know. I alone. For the murder of Roger Ackroyd, there is only one way out. And that way does not lead to freedom. And it is to the murderer now that I speak. This is a matter of life and death. And I, Hercule Poirot, am not joking. Good night.
James, what are you doing out there in the hall?
Just hanging my overcoat, my dear.
Well, aren't you coming in to chat?
I'm very tired, Caroline.
But at least you can tell me what happened last night.
Mr. Poirot told us all about his little gray cells again.
Oh, does he think Rafe Peyton is guilty?
No.
Well, he's crazy.
You can go over and tell him so in the morning. Good night, Caroline. I'm very tired. My arm aches from writing. I've written it all out. Now Peyton will be cleared. As I think back, I'm not quite certain why I urged Ackroyd to read that letter before it was too late. Perhaps I subconsciously realized that with a pig-headed chap like that, it my best chance of getting him not to read it. His nervousness that night was interesting psychologically. He knew danger was close at hand, yet he never once suspected me as the blackmailer of Mrs. Ferrars. The dagger was an afterthought. I'd thought of a very little weapon of my own, but I saw the dagger lying on the silver table. It occurred to me how much better it would be to use a weapon that couldn't be traced to me. I suppose I must have meant to murder him all along. As soon as I'd heard of Mrs. Ferrars' death, I felt convinced that she'd have told him everything before she died. So I went home and took my precautions. The dictaphone he had given me 2 days before to adjust. Something gone a little wrong with it, and I persuaded Ackroyd to let me have a go at it instead of sending it back. I did what I wanted to it. Took it up with me in my bag. Studied that evening. When it was all over, I looked around the room for the door. Quite satisfied. Nothing had been left undone. The dictaphone was on the table by the window. Time to go off at 9:30. The mechanism of that little device was rather clever, based on the principle of an alarm clock, and the armchair was pulled out so as to hide it from the door. I never dreamed that Parker would notice that chair. Certainly would not have remembered Poirot hadn't asked him. Having the American sailor with a toothache call me from King's Abbot that night was a stroke of genius. There's no way for anyone listening to have told that it was not Parker. I still don't know how Poirot thought that one out. My only regret is about Caroline, and yet I feel I can trust Poirot. She'll never know the truth, and I'm glad at that. I shouldn't like her to know she's fond of me, and then, too, she's proud. My death will be a grief to her, but grief passes. When I've finished writing, I shall enclose this whole manuscript in an envelope, address it to Poirot. And now, because I'm tired, take some sleeping powders. Because I'm very tired, I will take more sleeping powders than I should. More than anybody should. I suppose I ought to feel sorry. I am sorry. Sorry that Hercule Poirot ever came to King's Abbot to grow his cucumbers.
This concludes our Campbell Playhouse presentation of the Murder of Roger Ackroyd.
Well, friends, our stormy evening inside Orson Welles' Chicago apartment now comes to an end. The rain outside begins to soften. still tapping gently against the enormous windows, while distant thunder slowly fades into the night. The fire in the living room burns low, casting warm amber light across the quiet space, as if the entire city above the clouds has finally settled. Tonight we move through 3 different rooms, each holding its own atmosphere and story. From the flickering light of the projection room to the quiet tension of the game table, and finally into the warmth of the living room by the fire. Every space reflected a different side of this stormy night in 1940s Chicago. Along the way we traveled through the Shadow, Suspense, and Campbell Playhouse, each adding its own voice to the darkness outside. Thank you for joining me once again here on Radiowave Nostalgia. I hope this evening with Orson Welles brought you a sense of mystery, comfort, and that timeless feeling of old radio drifting through a rainy night. Until next time, keep the dial close, and I'll see you on the next journey. Good night, friends.